Hello, NeXT community. So the Turbo Cube board um, doesn't want to power up again, and there's usually a capacitor next to the battery. I felt underneath, and for just being on for maybe a minute, the board feels warm in a certain area. So that kind of indicates to me that something's not right there. So what I've done here is this is the board Chuck sent me with the RAM in the wrong location. And I think I know what happened on this one. Let's see if it'll power up now. So I added 4 megs of RAM, so it'll have 8, the minimum. System test failed still. Interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and drop over to here. Memory error location. Coupling dependent memory fault. Okay. Well, as I say, he sent it back with some RAM that he put on there, so I'm not sure. If we do an M for memory and press enter, I've got them in the right sockets. So just for my sanity currently, I'm going to set it to in parameters. Okay, we got it. Oh, it says it's booting from an optical drive, so that would never work, obviously. And DRAM test, yes. Perform power on test, yes. Sound out, yes. SCSI test, yes. No. Verbose, yes, so we can see what's happening. No extended diagnostics. I'll use serial A as alternate. And yes to the password questions here. 1, yes. 2, yes. 3, yes. And interesting, they don't have a parity question. So this is obviously an earlier ROM version, which may also be causing issues. Okay, so I'm going to try parameters. I'm going to, just for the heck of it, turn DRAM tests to off. Okay, go all the way through and power off. Yep, really power down. And then we're going to power back up and see if that'll allow it to boot. And system test failed. Okay, error code 73. I want to see if it'll just continue to boot, right? Even though we have a system test failed. Because I'm running short on time and I'm just shipping the Zulu SCSI card. And it won't affect that at all. But I'm hoping it'll let me just go all the way to the operating system. It looks like my install's good. And it should just pause here for a sec, then kick through the rest of the boot process. We'll get a login screen. I can log in real quick and then fly like the hobbled wind over to the post office. So this is a way, if you're getting an error, sometimes you can get around the exception error just by turning that DRAM test off. I suspect it's a bad SIM stick or one that's going bad, as I always seem to get some gypsy bankrolls on hardware. Even the stuff I've repaired, sent back, I'm like, well, I didn't send it with that RAM. I know I didn't because it's in the wrong spots. Interestingly, I found a little part of the RAM SIM slot, the plastic part, jammed in the number 2 socket. So when that happens, you can't get the RAM to seat correctly. So that also reports bad RAM. Okay, and so right here where it's stalling, I can maybe try a Control C. Let's see if it'll continue to boot. Or Control D sometimes works. Nope. So we're kind of frozen in time. So rather than act like a fool, I am going to put a known good motherboard in. I'm going to get my 1 package instead of 2 out today because I don't really want to take a chance on sending this out if it's not going to be doing anything. And the light is stuck on red. It is stuck right at the very end of the boot process. And I suspect it's because of the error message on the board due to the bad RAM. That would make sense because right at the end of the boot process, a bad RAM memory stick as it's loading it into RAM, the operating system would cause a hang like this. So, I mean, I've been doing this 30 years. I've seen just about everything. And the TurboCube board, I fortunately have another one, I think, that already has the new caps for Jill's. So I'm going to bring that into the equation here when I get back. Stay tuned. And I'm going to drop some amazing knowledge about February 29th in the calendar because it looks like I might be in for an evening again. Hope you all enjoy these videos and stay tuned.